Hi, everyone. I'm curator Lisa D'Amico, and I am here with the kick-ass artist, Karin Bruckner. Her wonderful piece, Dying Embers, is in the Color of Nature exhibit being hosted by Inside Small. So, Karin, it is a real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much for including me, and I'm happy to talk to you today.
I have to tell you, when your piece came in front of the committee for us to review, we all instantly bonded with it for many different reasons. And for me, I love Dying Embers because it was a perspective on nature that we didn't receive that many submissions regarding. Your angle on it is wonderful. Could you talk more about your inspiration and then your process?
Yeah, I'm an architect by training. I worked as an architect for many years, and printmaking kind of came almost naturally to me. I've always been fascinated by printmaking because of this element of instant memory and archaeology that it holds. You know, a print has a certain wear and tear to it that you kind of don't see in other art. But also because I'm an architect, I have this love for material and the natural world and the man-made world and found objects, and being able to run this through a press and see what happens to it is utterly fascinating to me. So process is very important, and it has a graphic quality. You know, I come from a graphic profession. I probably was supposed to be a graphic designer in one life or another. My daughter now is, but you know, Dying Embers, which is like holding up, has a very graphic quality. And what I like about the printmaking part of it is like you can take material. So what you see here is the plate, and it's a plastic plate that I roll up with ink and I lay actual material on top of it. So these are found, I think this was a piece of bark and some leaves and seeds that I found. And this actually was a piece of corn husk. And as I mentioned before, I'm a teacher. So this is actually an offshoot from my class where I took materials that I had collected, and it's a very easy way to demonstrate to people how printmaking works. You ink up the plate, you put the material on it, you roll it through the press, and then on the other end, you have two things. You have the plate with the impression of the object on it, but you also have the object with the ink on it. So I basically, this is the partner piece to it. And this is the ghost print. So this is kind of what's left on the plate when you pull the material off, but you can then print it again and reuse it. But they're all monotypes. That means there's only one of them. You know, this is not, there's nothing in the plate that will be there forever, like in an etching. You just lay it on, you print with it, you take it off, you clean the plate, and you're back to ground zero. So that but what I also like to do is play around with things. I think printmaking is a perfect technique for anybody who thinks that they can't make art. Anybody can make art. As kids, we all make art. I'm such a teacher by now, but you know, there's nothing easier to do with that. But then, of course, you can manipulate these things. You can take them, you can switch them around. And lately, you know, both of these pieces have, I don't know if you can really see, there's a piece of actual nature in it. And I kind of, first of all, this gives you a way to add the third dimension into it. Printmaking is inherently a two-dimensional medium, and I have over the years tried to come off the page again and try to do a little bit more with it, and preserving, and not only in the image but also in the actual object. It gives you a possibility of preserving the moment. You know, the fleeting moment, you can keep it in the picture. You know, the object itself may crumble, die, like dying embers, right? It might fade away, but you still have the image of it. And even if you don't have that anymore, you still have the memory of it. So it's a perfect way to, it's a Faustian moment kind of thing. You know, you want to hold on to the beautiful moment.
Karin, hearing about the backstory and this whole process makes me admire this piece more. I feel like your piece is bold and simple, and it tells a story, and that story is personal for every person who looks at it. So listen, anyone listening right now, please see this piece on insidesmall.com. But even more so, please follow Karin. I will include your information and go on this incredible printmaking journey, which I think most people don't know about. It's exciting, it's interesting, and it needs to be heard.
The journey is the destination.
Thank you, Karin.
Thank you so much.